Hello, I'm Sarah the Gallifreyan Ravenclaw. So, I know I don't usually do news videos, but this is all anyone's talking about, and it does sort of tie into my other newsier videos about Disney+. So, the release date of the new series of Doctor Who, or more accurately, the release times of the new series of Doctor Who. So, personally, I was assuming the series wasn't going to start till the 18th of May, so, as I thought avoiding Eurovision was a smart idea, and I know other people suggested do a final trailer on that date, which, since they did a trailer last year before Eurovision, wasn't unexpected, and then starting the week after. But, as I'm sure you're all aware, it is starting on Eurovision Day, and the BBC broadcast is 2 episodes just before Eurovision. Personally, I hate binging. I literally just personally hate binging programs. I refuse to watch more than 1 episode of a program in a day. If I've seen them before, then maybe. But if it's new, no chance. I'll never choose to watch 2 episodes of a new program on the same day. So 2 episodes on 1 day is just going to annoy me. I'm not going, oh, it's great, big double episode launch. I'm going, oh, great, I've got to sit through 2 episodes. Which isn't how I want to be feeling about Doctor Who, as you can tell from this channel. I shouldn't be dreading the day, but I kind of am, because assuming it starts around 6 to give time for both episodes before Eurovision, which usually starts at 8, that means I'm going to be sitting in front of the TV from 6 till at least midnight. What time are we eating dinner that night? Loo breaks? These are all the problems I'm now worrying about. So, I'm not now looking forward to the first episode. I'm more trying to figure out the logistics. If a new show had started and I was on holiday and missed the first 2 episodes, what I would tend to do would be like watch one on the Saturday. So say I get back in time to watch the second episode, but I still haven't seen the first. I'd watch the first episode while the second was on, and then I'd watch the second one on like Wednesday, ready for the next one the following Saturday. But I can't really do that with this, can I? I can not watch episode 2 and just have an hour break before Eurovision, but then I have to avoid spoilers for like 4 days. And the amount of Doctor Who channels I'm subscribed to, no chance I'd avoid them. So I've kind of got to watch them then, because I'm already going to have been avoiding spoilers for most of the day anyway. And also, the rest of my family are going to sit there and watch both episodes. Like, they're less averse to binging than me, but we are still very traditional of we will tend to watch programmes when they're broadcast, if possible. Like, obviously, we were out on the Saturday night, of course, we'll watch it like the next day. But if we're able to watch it when it's on, we do. We don't go, oh, it's fine, the whole series is on iPlayer, I'm not going to bother about the fact it's on next week. We will still watch it the next week. So I said the amount of Doctor Who channels I'm subscribed to, I'm going to either have to unsubscribe from a lot or not go on YouTube on Saturdays, because I am not going to watch the episode at midnight. I'm going to watch it when it airs on BBC about 18 hours later. So, if anyone else like me is in the UK and is not planning on watching it until it's on BBC One, don't worry, this channel is going to be spoiler free, but I expect everyone to obey that in the comments and not comment anything until the episode has finished on BBC. So, personally for me, this is going to be a problem if there's people watching it when it drops. I don't know with some of the YouTubers I follow what they're planning on doing. I assume they'll all be announcing over the next few weeks as well. So I thought I'd say mine and say, don't worry, there won't be any spoilers here. I know I don't tend to do reviews anyway, but I will probably do them if there's a big episode. I always use the example of Fugitive of the Judoon. I was living on my own at the time, and I think I watched every single WhoTuber in the entire universe that week to see what they all said, and if I'd created my channel by that point, I would have definitely made a video. So, I'm not personally very happy with the choice, but That's only because of like social media. I don't care as it's still on BBC in the evening. But I get why they've done it, because like one of the weeks there's a possibility that Doctor Who is going to be delayed 5, 10, 15 minutes if the football match on beforehand goes into overtime. If they go into extra time and penalties, and you can tell how much football I watch. But if the football overruns, then it might start later on BBC, which would then mean that Disney would have been running around pulling their hair out trying to postpone their launch. So I get them not wanting to do that, and the fact it will already be on iPlayer before it starts means that if the football was causing a delay and you didn't want to wait for the football to finish, all you've got to do is turn iPlayer on and you can watch it at the time it was scheduled for and ignore the fact that football's overrunning. I get why, and my only problem with it is I know there are going to be a lot of WhoTubers who are going to put titles and pictures of videos that are going to spoil it. So I already got a couple I know I'm just going to unsubscribe from. I know I'm just going to unsubscribe from for the entire series and just look at their channel when I want. But some I'm hoping will be good enough to wait 24 hours. So if you are watching and you are any WhoTuber, that's what I'd recommend. Don't post any review until the episode's been up 24 hours unless your title and thumbnail are safe. So if you are a WhoTuber watching this, what I'd say do is, if you don't want to annoy people who are subscribed to your channel and have people unsubscribe, keep your titles and thumbnails safe of spoilers. Just call it episode review. You can rename the video 3 days later. You can have a thumbnail and title free from spoilers. Just call it the episode name and review, and just put a thumbnail of a picture of the episode and put a proper thumbnail and title up a few days later. Or not post a video for about 24 hours after it's been up to make sure everyone's had the chance to watch it. So then we go into the thing I said a lot in my Disney Plus videos of the UK viewing figures are what is going to cause the programme to either be a success or failure. That's what the BBC are looking at. They're not going to be that interested in the international figures, especially seeing as we don't even know if Disney are going to hand them over. They're going to be basing it on the BBC viewing figures. They do factor iPlayer into those in the first 24 hours. So if they're counting everyone who sits down and watches it on the TV and everyone who watches it on the Saturday, then those viewing figures shouldn't really be affected. Because the casual viewers they might spot it on iPlayer earlier in the day and just go, oh, new episode, and watch it. Or they might watch it when it's on that evening. That really depends on BBC's marketing, which we'll wait and see what they've done. At the moment, they've only got the 10-second trailer, which just says the May 11th. But lots of their other programmes, the adverts end with, on BBC One and BBC iPlayer. Which is usually because once episode 1 has been shown, they put the entire series on iPlayer. Obviously they're not doing that with this, because then people would get really annoyed. But lots of the adverts then don't actually specify what day of the week it's on once the series has started. So I'm assuming it will still say Saturday, 6, 6:30, whatever time it's going to be on. But they may not actually specify that on the adverts, which will then cause more people to just watch it on iPlayer. But then you'll have the problem of people will assume that if you're not specifying it's on Saturdays, that they'll go on iPlayer and the whole series will be there. And then they'll go, why is there only 2 episodes, 3 episodes? So they'll need to make sure their adverts do still specify Saturdays at whatever time. But I don't know whether they will, because they haven't actually been doing that much recently. So enough about BBC in the UK. I'd love to hear what some of my international viewers think of this. So US and Canada, I think you've sort of got the best times. You've got it prime time on Friday. So that's certainly better than it was for the 60th, because that was middle of the night. Aussies and Kiwis, I know you now get it first thing in the morning. Well, 9 AM I think it was. Our clocks change between now and then, so I don't know whether yours do as well. Which I think is pretty much similar to the Chibnall era. I think it came on iView about 5 AM, 6 AM, something like that, once the episode had finished. So it's not too different in time, because it's just a couple of hours later. and I doubt many of you were getting up at 5 AM to watch it anyway. So that's about the same time. But what about if you're in mainland Europe? You're getting it at 1 AM. Are you watching it first thing in the morning, or are you watching it in the evening, roughly the same time I will be? So the purpose of this video was partly to assure you that I won't be posting spoilers until the episode has been up probably nearly 24 hours, and I will be unsubscribing from other channels, and I'd recommend you do the same if they don't reassure you that they're not going to spoil it. I said it's not that hard to change the thumbnail and the title once the video is up. So if you could resist clickbait titles and thumbnails for 24 hours as to not spoil the episode, that would be really appreciated. And I'm not just talking to small channels, I'm talking to all the big ones as well. I think we all know some names who are very guilty of that. As I said earlier, weekly reviews are never going to happen. If you know how good I am at doing reviews, the 60th Anne Church and Ruby Rowe review is still coming soon. I will do it before May, I swear. So I will talk about some episodes if there's big things, otherwise there will just be a general series one, which I hope to do slightly closer to the end than I have succeeded with the 60th. So anyway, this is just my short what I think about it all, and personally it's going to be a pain for me, certainly the first week. Probably the other weeks will be alright, because it's only the 1 hour and it's not followed by Eurovision. But the first night is going to be really annoying for me, and I'll also be that week learning which channels are safe to stay subscribed to. But I'd love to hear what time you're planning on watching the episode, what country you're in, what time it comes up, and how quickly you're planning on watching it. Are you going to wait till the evening? Are you going to watch it the second it comes out? I've got a very long video planned. I'm hoping to get it up next week, but I may not manage to get it up by next weekend, in which case there won't be a video next weekend, but I've already got the one after planned, and then it'll be the really long one. And as I'm sure you saw on Friday, I put up another edit and a post explaining they are now going to be weekly every Friday, and I've got plenty more planned for the next few months, and plenty more stuff planned for this channel over the next few months. So if you're new here, subscribe and stick around, as there's plenty more to come. But other than that, thank you for watching. Bye.